It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
Adam, Carolla. I forgot what I called about.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Hi, by the way, let's see. You were in I'm Dying Up Here, right?
Yes.
I just love that series. I'm so sad that
the only one,
that it went away. That was just a good goddamn show.
We needed one more season, I think, but it is what it is.
I love that series.
Well, speaking of that, too, Nick said he was a big Workaholics fan. What happened with the Workaholics movie?
I have no idea. You know what's funny about it is the boys told me it was like the Paramount. I was like, Workaholics doesn't fit into their global strategy, and then I saw that Zoe 101 is being made by Paramount. And so that I tweeted out, I was like, Paramount's global strategy starts here, and I have a picture of the Zoe thing, right? And then some gossip rag picked it up, and it was like Workaholics starts, Shades, Jamie Lynn Spears, and Paramount Plus. But it's like, whatever, man. I don't know why 5 weeks before we're about to start, and then they pulled the plug.
So the movie script. Greenlit.
Yeah, they had everything ready to go, and they were hiring people. They were getting sets going, and they were really ready to go. So I don't know what happened with that. To me, I feel like it's I don't know. I don't even know if Workaholics could be made. If somebody pitched that show today, could it be made? No. 3 straight white guys talking about just being slackers and drugs and whatever. This is a society right now where they would be like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see it being made.
Yeah, can we make one of them Asian, maybe? Or it would be like that kind of thing. So, and maybe that's what they thought now. They thought, I don't know if this is the movie for us right now. Maybe this isn't the global climate or whatever. Whatever their thought is, I'm sure somebody was like, I don't like it. It had to be someone. There's always some person that's sitting around that's just making choices like, no. So
I want to be that person for a change.
But what kind of influence does that person have? Because look, Workaholics was huge. I mean, a career change for everybody involved, and the guys still have a huge following.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's
I have a career off of it. Just people are just like, oh man, you're Montez, what's up? So it's so I don't know, but maybe that's not their global reach. It doesn't have the global reach of Zoe 101.
Yeah, there's.
You just hate Jamie.
There is
Spears,
there's no rhyme or reason.
The way she treated Britney all those years, yeah, I hate her.
They want to do a show with her?
No, they're doing a movie with her.
Ugh.
Yeah.
She's going to be the star of Zoe 101. They're making the movie version of that.
Wait,
the part
didn't
2.
She just do the channel?
There it is.
That's your tweet. Yeah.
That's my tweet.
Oh, yeah. All right. Sad. All right. Well, you got to make your own movie and star in it yourself.
I know. I got to find
Still, no one gives.
I got to make people cry in the movies in the room. I hear.
Yeah.
Coming fourth on Rotten Tomatoes. Fourth. The Hammer's fourth on IMDb too.
Yeah, man.
What the
fourth listed? Yeah.
Or we just make a Medea movie. I feel like
that's right.
It's the same as making The Hammer.
And does it work both ways? If you watch a Medea movie, are you getting recommended The Hammer? Are you seeing a little uptick from that?
Yeah.
That's a good. Yeah. Do they ever recommend The Hammer? Yeah. So the first movie called The Hammer on IMDb is not called The Hammer, and then the second one is called The Hammer, and then the third is my movie. People are so mean now that if you check Uppity on IMDb and you check the scores, the critics, like the people's scores, so everyone thinks I'm a dick. Most people think I'm racist and sexist and homophobic and all that stuff. But then I made a movie about a black race car driver that everyone liked. So sort of a Jackie Robinson of race car driving.
Beautiful.
Right.
Yeah. And so then people were like, well, that guy, meaning me, is a misogynist, dickhead, racist, but then how do I square that with him making this movie about this black race car driver? And so if you look at the score, but they don't care anymore, because if you look at the IMDb scores, it averages a 10. Uppity does, and then like a 7.8. But if you look at the number of how they get to the average, you got to go down, and there's, I don't know, out of 300 votes, 300 whatever, and Ben will find it. But the scale is crazy because people hate me so much that even if I do something that they would approve of, like, if Steven Spielberg made Uppity, then they would love Uppity. There's 199 votes say it's got 10. It's worth a 10. And then 133 say it's a 9. Then 162 say it's an 8. 118 says it's a 7. And then it drops down to the people who think it's a 6. 39 people said it was a 6. 19 said it was a 5. By the time you get to a 4, like who thought it was a 4?
Yeah.
That is 0.07% of people. That is 4 people all in. When you get to a 3, it's half a point. Half the 4 people. You get to, is it a 2? You get to 0.1%. One person thought it was a 2. Right. And then you get to a 1, and it skyrockets to 21%, 179 votes.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's somebody. That's just somebody with a fake account. I think that it's just like, I don't like that guy.
And that's an anchor on the whole average. Plus, I bet so many of those people have maybe none of have seen the movie, right? It's just because they can vote.
But you look at the real votes. It's an 8. You go from 7 up, and you're good.
Like, what movie is a 1? Like, there
and that many.
What documentary is a 1?
A 1? The worst score, the worst thing your eyes have ever seen.
Well, maybe those are the racist people. You know what I mean?
I just like that at a 4, it's at 6. At a 3, it's at 4 people voted. And when you get to a 2, it's 1 person, and then it goes to 179. And I was like, wow, what a society we've crafted ourselves.
The ones, and just to be fair, the 10 should have a little less weight.
Yeah.
Right, just because those are the bookends, and they're too extreme. They're theoretical.
Mm-hmm. All right, sorry.
All right, well, we'll get into some news. So speaking of people who are just so good at their job that they can't lose work, Louis C.K. sold out Madison Square Garden on Saturday.
Good for him.
And exactly, yeah. So he, and it was a big deal because a lot of people have been tweeting about it. And the discussion is cancel culture really a thing then? Because, I mean, this guy, he was canceled, but he's selling at Madison Square Garden. So are we really ruining these guys' lives? And there are, like, videos being shared around of people talking about it and discussing it. Like, is it really anything anymore?
Well, it's nuanced. It's like this is the idea that we live in a society that someone could do something wrong and show here's now what's next. Do we remove them from the world? Should they be like put in Siberia forever? No. He suffered, whatever that really means. He lost a lot of money. People lost their jobs because they took shows off the air. He wasn't allowed to perform for a while. He came out, he apologized, he said whatever he needed to say, and now he's like, okay, so can I work again?
Yeah. No, it's like,
you know what I mean? Like, what are we supposed to do?
Well, first off, to the naysayers, like, because he wasn't canceled. No, he was fucked up for 6 years.
Yeah.
Like, Jeremy Renner's not dead. He's just fucked up because he got run over by a snow plow. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be like seeing Jeremy Renner in the mall 3 years from now and going, look at him, he's fine. It's like, he is now.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of physical therapy and titanium pins and joints and things. Yeah. He got fucked up and could have been killed. Like, so here's the deal. If you're really good, you can't be canceled. You can be fucked up for a period of time, but you can't really be canceled if you're like a really good comedian or you're really good metal fabricator. Like, if you're just good, you'll be back. But the people that get canceled are the second level people, the people that aren't geniuses. They're just working comedians or working at the post office or working at the airport. That's the people we're talking about.
But it's like you feel like what are they doing it for? I don't know if like are you canceling someone and then what are you doing after that? Are we doing this like to bring a light to what? Or is it just about actually, we did it? Is it about that? Because I don't find that to be a good reason to get to cancel someone. It's like, what are you doing this for? If you feel like some egregious thing was going on, and then we have to show people this is not okay. All right, and then and then now what comes after that? What's the education and the thing that comes after that? It's like, and he could be a part of that, and I think he was. It's like he'd be the first to admit, he's the first to talk about it. He talked about it in his other special. It's like he's like, look, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. This is what happened, and it's like, so how accountable do we want to hold someone, and for how long? That's the thing about it. How long do you want these people to be removed from society, or do you want to be like, all right, you learned your lesson. Now we move on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What
was that?
All right. Well, here's another question. Would he sell out Madison Square Garden without the controversy?
Yes, I think so.
I think he's a great comedian.
No, but he was one of the first ones to go online and sell his stuff himself. He was
I'm
not
trying to say.
I know what you mean. Did it hurt?
Is there backlash? Are the people going? If people got to a saturation point where they go, "Fuck that, I'm supporting this guy."
I could see a large percentage of that audience.
I think there's some of that.
Yeah, I think so too. What about like Will Smith? You tweeted out a pretty great video right after the slap of him. Like
how I felt about it. Yes,
how you felt about it. Has that changed now? Or you?
No, I think like I think I even said it here when I came here. But there's three things that can save Will Smith. One, a roast. He should be roasted. He should allow himself to be roasted. He should come to Comedy Central, wherever, and be like, "Hey, let's do a Will Smith roast," and then just be no holds barred. Just let all the people come and just like say all the things about him, and then he goes up afterwards and be like, "Look, I could take a joke," and like he jokes and whatever, and then we'd be like, "All right." It's like that. Yeah. I think that the movies he comes out with now, be a villain. Just lean into it.
Oh.
Stop coming out with these like you're the hero guy. Those movies aren't selling anymore anyway. You're like you have a shelf life of being a hero. We're done with you now in terms of that. He needs his training day. He needs this And the last thing would be is Chris Rock needs to be doing a special. And right before he does this special, he goes, "Hey guys, let me bring my friend out." And then Will Smith comes out, and they go, and he slaps him, or they just joke, whatever. Those are to me the three things. But it's like, why were we so upset about Will Smith? We were upset about it is because he's portrayed as someone we think is like a really great guy. He's inspirational. He's, and he did this thing publicly like that we were just kind of like, why the hell did you do that, dude? Why did you like ruin the best day of your professional life, for this thing? And so he's going through it. I'm sure and people are still talking about it. Look, Eddie Murphy re-brought it back up when he made a joke about him. It's that kind of thing that's never going to go away. You'll always be remembered as the slap guy. So it's like, but he's going to make movies. He's still got a lot of followers. People still love Will Smith. It's okay. But like, he made a mistake.
I wonder if the slap, which I didn't really care about that much, but the part where he seemed really demented is when he was screaming, get my wife's motherfucking
That's what I'm saying. The whole thing was
that everyone focused on the slap. The part that made me think, oh, this guy's unstable is the part where he's sitting back down screaming in a packed auditorium.
See, I think what happened is after he slapped him and he turned around to walk back to his seat, to me, that's the moment where he probably went, oh shit. This is the Oscars. We're live on television, and you just double down.
Yeah,
he did. To me, he just was in the moment. He doubled down. He had whatever was going on with him, and he was unhinged. And afterwards he regretted it. I'm sure, because to me it's like, you're Will Smith. You don't got to do that on live television. He could have just at a commercial break walked over to him and be like, "Yo, man, why are you always joking about that shit needs to stop."
Yeah.
He could have done it like that, but to do it like that, it's like, what?
How about some Jamie Lynn Spears jokes for a change?
Yeah.
Warriors picking on my old lady.
Right. But to me, it was just like, come on, man. It was like, that was a dad joke at the best.
Check Eric's tweets. There's a treasure trove of insulting Jamie Lynn Spears material there.
7
things I don't like about Jamie Lynn Spears. I'm going to write a book.
Yeah. Eric, have you ever been to London?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you see those outdoor urinals. Did you ever see those? Like,
yeah. Where you're just like your body's up.
That's right.
I love those.
They just put them out there.
No, thank you. I don't want to make eye contact with someone who's holding their dick.
No, you're staring. You're staring at a.
I'm not saying
corner.
Go to England to use one. I'm saying if you walk out of a pub and you got to piss.
I know, I get it, but what I'm saying is that's the issue. It's like getting a massage. When you're getting a massage, the polite thing to do is you close your eyes and you just enjoy the massage. You wouldn't want to be like if you're massaging someone, you want somebody looking at you like this.
I don't think you need to look at the person.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
but I'm
I
saying
think
when you're out in public and somebody's peeing and they're just like, they got there looking around and you're like, I know you're holding your junk right now. I don't want to see that. Can we just get a curtain? Like, what is it okay?
I think you're looking
Now
at
you sound like an ugly, uptight American.
Yeah, come on, man. That's culture.
I'm saying I think that's what people have a problem with.
Well, tragedy struck.
Yeah, so Adam loves these urinals. We were talking about it with a previous guest out of the UK too. But then there's a news story that just came out that a man who was doing maintenance work was actually crushed by one of these urinals on Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
So
grandmother went the same way.
yeah, so they're called telescopic urinals. They're put in the area about like 20 years ago. So what they do is they remain underground during the day, and then they raise hydraulically overnight to reduce street urination.
Yeah.
Because they're getting out of the pubs.
Yeah.
The football game is just
And
is
the
over.
thing went down while he was in it.
Yeah, he was crushed by it during maintenance. I don't know exactly
that's
if it fell on him or if it.
Maybe he was underneath it.
Yeah, that could if it's with hydraulics, but
I didn't
it's not
know
how you
they
wanna go.
popped out and came back down. I thought they just unloaded them, but that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot
Thanks
of
for bringing
people
us
tweeted
down.
us. I'm sorry, but a lot of people are tweeting us this story. We had to give an update because Adam was just going off about how much he loves them. Which I mean,
Because there's piss in every stairwell and every parking structure in Santa Monica. Like
we could
there's
use them
piss
here.
everywhere. Like
New
we
York,
could
New
use
York,
it.
New York is just a toilet.
Yeah, so we could use them, and this sets the movement back.
Yeah.
yeah,
Speaking of movements, I think it's just number one as far as the device goes. And
I
you
don't
gotta
think you can
hold it.
sit down
Yeah,
and just be
no.
out in the open and just
you
cover it up.
know,
Would you wanna do that?
drunken hooligan fans have tried. You know.
they got to grease those things after
Yes.
a win. So since we're just one more death story too, Lisa Loring died. She played Wednesday Addams in the original Addams Family.
Oh, wow.
So age 64. So it was actually a big deal over the weekend just because of how big that show Wednesday is on Netflix that everybody
I
kind of.
really enjoyed it.
Good.
It's great.
Yeah, I that actress, what's her name? Jenna
Ortega, yeah.
She's fantastic. I believed every second of her, and that's a tough sell. Addams Family's a tough sell. It's a tough, this weird universe that you're making fun of these sort of morbid things in a way that you have to be a fantastic actor to pull that off, and she is. It was great.
Yeah, I loved it too. I binged it myself. So Lisa Loring.
Wait, that has Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yes.
And what's his name?
Luis
Luis
Guzman.
Guzman.
Yeah.
She a little insulted. You know what I mean? Like, that dude's a fucking troll. And she is
But they've been
statuesque.
married. Yeah, but they've been married 20 years.
Hold on. I'm saying
She's going to the
she's
Philippines.
amongst the most beautiful women on the planet.
Yeah.
He is not nearly that in the looks, but he's not an attractive man, especially unattractive human being. When you're pitching who's going to play your husband, and they go, this guy, if you work that the other direction, like if you put Antonio Banderas and Rita, Danny DeVito's wife or something like that, like they might say something. Like someone would say, seems like there's a little numbers issue here.
Yeah.
I like the show.
I'm not going to hate on this because I
Not
would have
hating
loved to have
on
had
it.
that role and it'd be the same thing.
No, you would be taller than her.
Yeah, that's a thing too, though. Yeah, so you got
you
someone
think-
yeah. It's a weird it's funny you say that because I thought the same thing. When I was looking, you just go,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's an interesting pairing
It's awesome for Luis, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. It's great
No,
for him.
because they're very romantic.
Yeah.
the Morticia and
yeah. Sorry.
Well, anyway, okay, so there's a story out of Colorado. We've talked about the Masterpiece Cake Shop.
Yes.
The one this gay couple sued him because he wouldn't make a cake because they were gay and it went against his religion, and it went all the way to Supreme Court.
They want a wedding cake.
a wedding cake, excuse me.
wow, they went to the Supreme Court.
It went.
Imagine that guy having to bake the cake now. Like,
Yeah,
fine.
fuck you guys.
Well, he actually won.
he won.
Yeah.
Oh.
He said you can pick any of the cakes I got. I just can't do you one because he's a religious.
Not bad.
Yeah. Or he's just religious. I don't know. We wouldn't care. Look, if this guy was Muslim, we wouldn't give a fuck, would we?
I don't know.
Would we hear about it? Would we take him to
Maybe.
Supreme Court?
I don't know.
Would all the
he's a
assholes
white
on the
guy?
left be shouting that the Muslim guy should
True,
do it? It
true,
wouldn't
true,
happen.
true.
No.
Right. So more recently, a woman asked him to bake a cake, but it was because she was transgender, and it was like for her coming out party where she would announce it and confirm it. So she wanted like a pink cake with blue frosting. And he's like, no, I can't do it. Goes against my religion. I won't do it. So she sued him. But now
Now they're just trolling the dude.
Yeah,
They're just sending people there now.
it
Yes.
could be because I mean, why would you go there if you already
But he
know?
won't.
Yeah.
He won't bake a Halloween cake.
Right.
Like, he
In
won't-
fairness is what you're saying. In
Yeah, he
fairness,
doesn't bake. He has a religion. He sticks to it, and he doesn't do cakes. And so they upheld that one.
So a Colorado Court of Appeals judge ruled against the Christian baker Jack Phillips on Thursday because with the transgender, because it was just a blue cake with pink frosting or whatever, it doesn't violate any amendments. So
All right. Could they get the
have to
fuck
make that.
on with their fucking lives?
Yeah.
This guy
Why
has
go
been
to-
fighting this for 10 years.
Why
Yeah,
go
you
to
just
this
know.
guy?
I know.
At
Well-
this point, it's just about this. This is about clout chasing. At this point,
It is. Yeah,
know what I mean?
There's so much of that.
Is he the only baker in 100 miles? You know what I mean? I just don't get why do you have to go in and tell them your agenda? You just go in and go, hey, can I get a
Pink cake?
Can I get a pink cake with blue frosting?
Yeah, that's it.
And put this on it?
Yeah.
Why do you have to go into the cake shop and be like, announce your whole thing? It's like,
By the way, yeah,
By
yeah,
the way, this is
the
why we're
reason.
doing it. Like,
Yeah.
first of all, I don't give a fuck what this guy thinks. Just bake my fucking cake. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
No.
It's like, here's the cake I want.
You don't have to front load. Like,
Yeah.
I'm really into Santeria, so I need a cake that represents
Yeah,
my-
we're having a Wiccan
What do you
party.
mean you can't bake that? Like, just go give me a fucking, pineapple upside down
Right.
or lemon cake, and I'll just take
Yeah.
it back.
Yeah.
And then, even if I want, like, I can do a little customization. Like, I'm getting myself like a big gay wedding cake. He'll bake it. I'll just say I need a deluxe cake with blueberry jam or something in
Yeah.
it. And then I'll go home and I'll get all those squeeze things you can get to do your own thing. And I'll write, I love sucking cock on top of it. But when I get home,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Or whatever.
Well, I mean, does
And
he
then send a
make?
picture
But I'm
later.
curious. Does he make like what is it? Bachelorette party cakes? Would he make a dick cake? You know?
Right.
Would he make a pussy cake? Is that against or is he specifically being like, well, I'm not going to do anything that's against whatever? And by the way, it's like, all right, thank you. Let's move on to the other cake shop.
Yeah.
yeah.
Judging by the Donald Duck cake in the background, I don't think he makes a ton of pussy cakes.
He made us a kick-ass lemon cake.
Oh yeah, we
One-
did a show in Golden,
And he made me a cake.
and so I could see why they would go to him. Actually, it was
He makes
quite
a
good.
fucking kick-ass cake. I will say that. But yeah, go across the street to the Vanny Camps. Go get another cake.
Go get another cake. I mean, because anybody like I can see okay, what if you're a comedian and you're making jokes and you want to go to this bake shop and you want to be like, hey, can you make a blackface cake because I want to make fun of.
I already asked him. He said no, but he did give me a number.
Oh, you know somebody.
He gave me a number of a
You
dude
know
who
somebody.
will take care of
I'm
that.
just saying, you
Oh
don't
my
know
God.
people's. What I'm saying is, for a cake guy, I don't like him or the people that come there because it's like to question people's intentions about why they want just flour and butter to be shaped a certain way is like, get out of here, man. It's extreme on both sides.
Yeah.
Everybody can go fuck themselves, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No, I'm
know what I
with
mean?
no, I'm with him in that I don't want the government getting
Right.
involved with his business. If
I
that's
agree
his business,
completely.
And also, if you are gay or trans or whatever you are, and you would like to go online and arrange a protest, you're an asshole, but you can do that.
Yeah,
like if
yeah,
you
yeah.
go,
Everybody has that right.
you may then go, hey, my gay friends should not patronize this business because he does not support. Do all that. Leave the fucking government out of this shit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, just why? Wow. Imagine so the question for me though is if they would have won, he would have had to bake this
He
cake.
did win now.
But
right?
does he have to bake the cake? And so why would you want him to bake the cake at that point? Unless you have him at that
You
point.
trust him to make your
Yeah,
cake now?
exactly.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, oh, okay, you want a cake? I'll make your cake.
Yeah.
You know?
This one's got extra snot rockets.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So now he has to, but does he?
I think they're still figuring out what.
And meanwhile, he spent $2 million on legal fees.
Right. They just wanted to win. They just wanted to win. That's all.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, but what does it get? Who does it serve?
I would be the worst court. What is it? The Colorado
Court of Appeals judge.
I'd be the worst. I'd just be like, oh, Jesus, fuck.
Right.
Are we out of problems, people?
Oh, well, this
What
is
the
just
fuck's
like that
going on?
great documentary about the. Remember the Pepsi? Did you guys see that
Yeah.
one, Pepsi versus Coke?
Yeah.
And how the guy was like, you said I can get a Harrier jet.
Oh, yeah.
And he fought, and he did. It just at a certain point, one judge was like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Right.
They're not giving you a Harrier jet, you dummy. Go the fuck home. That's me.
That's what
if
we
I'm the
need.
judge,
Nice.
Yes.
you know
You
what I
should be
mean.
a judge.
If I'm the judge, that's like, oh really? You really thought they were going to give you a Harrier jet? Yes. Did they mislead the public? Yeah, because you're drinking sugar out of a fucking can. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Next.
That's right.
Oh, it's the gay cake? You fuck yourself. Get this gay cake out of here. Whatever. It's like
This
at
is
a certain
a
point,
waste of time
where's
now.
the common sense? But I understand the champion of a cause. But at
Sure.
a certain point, you go, is this the bridge you want to die on?
Yeah.
When there's so much other things, there's so many other rights you can fight for. This isn't the one.
Yeah.
It's like the green M&Ms. You know what I mean? It's like, get out of here.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I think it's the hill you want to die on, by the way. But
Is
I
that
would
the
like,
bridge? A
yeah,
hill?
but I would like it if they just jumped off the fucking bridge.
Yeah, you could die on a bridge.
Yeah, you could die on a bridge. Too.
But-
You got to
No, you
cross the
can't.
bridge.
The phrase is
But you
hill.
cross the bridge and there's like fire. Who knows?
You can die pissing into a chamber pot, but it's not a saying.
Yeah. We just made it a thing.
I don't
It's
feel
the
dead.
bridge you die on.
Sounded good.
Some bridges
I
have
think
an
it's a
arc.
hill.
You had to correct me. Huh?
You're
That's who you are. That's who you are. He had to correct me.
For the audience.
I got it. All right, guys. It's the hill.
All right. And since we're talking about trans stuff, there's a video that's going around over the weekend of this ice skater in Finland.
Hold on. We'll cross that hill when we get
I
to
know.
it. Now, let me get back.
See that?
Okay.
I
get it.
Ice skater in
interchangeable.
Finland.
Yeah, ice skater in Finland. So the world's first transgender figure skater was performing during the opening ceremony at the European Figure Skating Championships in Finland. The former Finnish male skater, Markku-Pekka Antikainen, now known as Minna Maria Antikainen, performed during a solo exhibition or performance
you gotta
during the
see
opening
it.
ceremony. So everyone just kind of wondering what was going on because she's been skating for a while now. 57 years old, picked it up about 8 years ago.
Oh, wow.
A farm owner from Silinjarvi. I know I pronounced that wrong. So this is a solo act from. So you could play it. You can play it.
ajatuksen lähteä toteuttamaan lapsuuden haaveita
there's
ja
some commentary, which by the way, whatever happens, it just keeps
naismoodissa,
going. But here she
vaikka syntyperäisin
is.
olenkin mies.
The form is not
You could tell it's a little
excellent.
shaky.
On niin kuin 9 vuotta aikaa, eli siihen 9 vuoteen sisältyy aika
She's
paljon.
doing her
Eli kun
moves.
lähdetään ihan nollassa,
She
niin
looks
ihan
like
jo sitä, että pysyy pystyssä.
what I look
jalalla,
like when
pysyy
I'm trying to
pystyssä yhdellä jalalla ja
I was
sen
just
jälkeen
about to
rupeaa
say.
uskaltamaan tehdä jotakin siellä.
Yeah,
But at
ja
some point-
and then, it takes a little
alkaa
spill.
pikkuhiljaa kisaamaan.
Little
ja
spill.
esiintymään
Goes down.
näytöksissä
Spins off
ja
the knee. I mean,
niin
she
edelleen.
could have played it off like that was on purpose.
Kiva
But now it's having trouble standing back
I think
up.
we can stop it here.
Korona tuli vähän väliin.
Well, now look, one of the flag girls goes and helps her up.
Eteenpäin mennään ja
It's
homma jatkuu.
not. Flag girl's pretty hot, I must say.
Flag girls are nice, yeah.
All right. Well, we're not in any danger of in this situation of like the swimmer
The Leah
who was a
Thomas,
male
yeah.
who
This
becomes
is
a
completely
female and then puts an ass whooping on all the females. Like,
First of all, my question is, what competition is going on that you could be 57 and still compete? Okay, so I'm on that. I don't care about what the genitalia is or nothing like that. This is about what we talked about earlier, about quality. See,
Right.
if this is what my problem is with young people today, or the generation that is like trying to push agendas, right? That's you want to be good people. You want inclusion and diversity, and I appreciate you.
Great.
But the other half of that is to hold people accountable for quality and standards. When you do that, now we can all have opinions without being judged. But when you just go, we just want this person to skate. No, this old motherfucker can't skate anymore.
Yes.
So what are we doing?
well, also there's this thing of like, it's sort of like, remember we all fucking were delighted by the first female college kicker to play in a sanctioned game like 3 years ago.
yeah.
Right.
She squibbed the ball 9 yards down the field and it like went out of bounds or something. And it was like, look, I'm all for the first or the trendsetter, whatever. But you have to kick the ball into the goddamn end zone, and you got to do a full sow cow camel with a full 370 or something. Like you got to do something. Yeah. You can't just sheepishly ricket your he/she ass out onto the ice and then fall over. That's not.
This is what I'm saying. It's like now this is what I don't appreciate about this is
not
now
helping the cause.
We're in an uncomfortable situation where it's like, oh, you go like, let's say we didn't know nothing about the trends.
Right.
We didn't know anything about it. Okay, and we just were watching this. If you're just at home watching this and you have no context and this person skated out, you would be like, well, what's going on there? Yeah. Or you would wonder like, oh, maybe this is somebody's mom that is like, they're doing some kind of thing. So you go, oh, I appreciate it. Like as if like, like at a 5th grade piano recital when they go ding, 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 ding. And you're supposed to go, ooh.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So yeah, let's put the macaroni picture on the refrigerator for this person right now. I get it. But don't make this about the political stuff and get mad at me that I'm looking at this kind of being like, what's going on here? Like, what's going on? I just think it's like it's unfair.
Yeah.
You put people in uncomfortable situations, and it's just like, or let us know, like what? I don't know. It's just so bizarre. It's a bizarre thing.
Yeah. So the Finnish Figure Skating Association.
She could not have any difficulty getting a cake, though. I think in her Finnish land. Oh, yeah. I think she could get a cake. For sure get she could definitely get the trans cake.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they gave her this solo act in the opening ceremony to promote diversity, equality, and inclusion, just like Erik was saying. But doesn't this hurt?
Listen. I tell people this shit all the time. They go, we want this diversity. We want faces and people like are different than us, right? Okay, that's how you get Kamala Harris. You get someone who is a female, who is black or ethnic or whatever, but then she's horrible at her job. So now where are we? Because now you're setting the movement back, is what I'm saying. Like, by all means, have a diversity, but the person has to be competent and be able to perform. Otherwise, you send the opposite message, which is, oh, man, I don't want any more of that. You're fucking up what you're trying to fix by taking incompetent people and foisting them on us. Go find a really good female black politician and make her vice president, and find some transgender person who knows how to skate and shove her ass out on the ice.
Or maybe what I'm saying is, maybe it's not this thing that this person's doing right now. Maybe it would have just been like she's skating out with 2 other people. I'm saying, could there have been another thing to do to not embarrass this person?
Yeah.
That's what I don't like about it. It's like, because that's what I'm saying. It's only half the job. So the people that push diversity and all that, they're not doing it for that person or for diversity. They're doing it for themselves because they want a pat on the back.
Yes. All right, let's do one more.
All right, we'll do a feel-good story here. So there's
finally, Jesus,
sorry, man. Sorry. So there's a YouTube star named MrBeast.
Oh, that guy's huge.
Like one of the
He's
top.
the biggest person on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, like millions of subscribers.
That's the guy who eats raw meat?
No. That guy died.
Oh.
Thanks. See, look, wow, we can't get away from horrible
stories. That's the guy who takes steroids and takes pictures with his shirt off?
No, this guy gives stuff away.
Yeah,
MrBeast.
MrBeast. So he got big on YouTube just doing like random stunts, and he kind of cracked the code on how to make videos viral. Like there's one video where was like, I'm just gonna count to 100,000, and then he would just count, and they sped it up, and he did it, and that video went viral. So he did this thing over the weekend where he paid for cataract removal for 1,000 people who are blind or near blind and couldn't afford the surgery. So,
wow.
Yeah. So
that's what he does.
Yeah. So he paid for 1,000 people to have surgery so they're no longer blind. And he made a video off it, and it became huge. Like just on one day alone got like 32 million views.
Right. And then somebody's angry?
Well, people are upset, but
people are upset. I do love that people are upset.
He got So he got
Why are
this,
people upset?
He got this
Because there was no person of color. Something like that.
Something.
Oh, no, there was. But so he got this ophthalmologist and surgeon, Jeff Levinson, who worked with him. And by the way, Jeff says half of all blindness in the world is people who need a 10-minute surgery.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and he found all these people all over the world, 1,000 people, got them the surgery. They could see their videos of them seeing for the first time in focus. It was beautiful. But people are now saying, like, look, it's a great thing what he did. He's obviously using his money towards something good. But he's just doing it for the clout. So why should we care? Like, he's just doing it for the likes, the views, and we don't like
you know
that.
what I say about that? So?
Yeah.
Right?
That's his business.
Yeah.
So like, and that's probably a calculation. If it's a 10-minute surgery, it probably doesn't cost anything. So it's probably a 10-minute surgery that costs, let's say it costs, what? How much does that surgery cost? $500? You know? So he made the calculation like, oh, I could pay for 1,000. I'll get 32 million views. And with my ad revenue on YouTube, I paid this amount to make this amount. So whatever his motivation is, he's figured it out.
I don't care. Like if somebody goes, oh, he just donated, so we get a library with his name on it. Like, good, fine. We need more of that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Use your money for whatever it is. Then use it for if you're using it for good. Like, who are we to question someone's intention?
And on top of these surgeries, like one person, he's like, oh, I'll also add a $50,000 college tuition donation for you. You get 10 G's. You get 10 G's. Hey,
He's the white Oprah.
You've never driven. Here's a Tesla. And you've never seen. You couldn't drive because you couldn't see. Here, you can see now, and you get a Tesla.
Isn't what's his face Amazon dude talking about he wants to give away? Bezos said, did he say he wants to give away half his fortune before he dies to charities and stuff like that? It's like, yeah, why not? What more do you have to? It's like, okay.
Yeah, look, whether it's this guy or Shaq or Bezos or whatever, you want to make money and help people or give it away, whatever. That's up to you.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in your motivation.
It's just why there's so many haters that are just this guy's not doing it for the right
That's when you go, you
Who
can't
cares?
win. But this is the kind of guy who's like, well, I don't care. He's just kind of like, who cares what people say?
Yeah.
Cataract surgery ranges from $1,600 to $2,600.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Articles like a little under $3,000.
And if you're getting if you're doing mass
with insurance, without it's $6K.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm sure that this guy is like, hey, you're about to do 1,000 surgeries. What's it going to cost?
Bulk discount.
Group
rate.
Yeah, can I get a group rate? You're going to do all these surgeries. I'll pay you this amount of money. You'll get a bunch of, it'll help your business because now people are talking about that doctor. It's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, 1,000 people can see now too.
Yeah.
So come on.
Yeah, but they're seeing on, what are they seeing?
The war in Ukraine.
Yeah. Right. Which nobody talks about anymore.
Melting. Yeah.
You want to talk about clout? Like somebody should be paying. Anyway, it doesn't. We live in such a weird world that it's like whatever clout is everywhere. It's not just about this kind of stuff or social issues. It's about what's hot now.
There's a good kind of clout and bad. This is a good kind of clout. I don't care if you get it, but like that guy who walked down to that basketball game, like trying to deliver Uber Eats to somebody, and then it eventually came out that he was just trying to get filmed for clout. I could do without that. There's a certain kind that we like, and this is one we like.
Well, we know what we never hear about is, did it work? To me, people that are going for clout is like NBA players arguing about a foul. All you see is that, but the foul doesn't get changed.
Yeah.
Right.
They never, not once in NBA history has the ref went, you know what, you're right, I fucked that one up. Let's change this. That's all clout chasing is. It's just being the person going, and then you never see that the follow-up is like, did you actually get clout? How long did you keep it?
I used to think that a lot in baseball when the manager would come running out of the dugout and start kicking dirt on the plate and throwing his hat on the ground and screaming. And then, but you're also, then he gets tossed, right?
Yeah.
And then nothing changes.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
have a job. We don't even really need you. You couldn't do that with bus drivers. Like, get out of this bus driver.
Yeah.
He left. The bus would just sit there.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't keep operating.
So it's a weird thing that I don't know if there's never any follow-up story about that guy. So that guy got that moment, and then what?
What? Yeah.
And then what?
Where are we now?
Where are we now? So it's
Where are we now? I'll tell you where we're. I'll tell you where Eric's gonna be.
Ooh.
Grand Comedy Club in Escondido.
Yes,
Oh,
and also a big one is I'm going to be in New York. One night at the Bell House in Brooklyn. So February 10th, tickets are available now. If you're in New York, you want to see me one time, It's only one night, guys. So come out and see me in New York one night. Bell House.
Erik's a very good stand-up comedian. I've seen him multiple times.
Oh, yeah, I did your great Adam Carolla and Friends.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Fun night.
Yeah.
ErikGriffin.com is
Wasn't
where
enough
you
pasta.
go for the live shows. Riffin with Griffin and the Golden Hours, the podcast. Of course, Nick Santora, Doggone on Netflix as we speak, and we'll keep you caught up on all his machinations as well. Solana Beach, Belly Up, I'll be there doing a show. Oh, is that Sunday? Live show, stand-up as well. And then I'm going to West Palm, Florida, and I'm going to the Improv over there, Baltimore, Naples, Kansas City. Just go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. Until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Erik Griffin and Nick Santora and Chris Maxipata saying mahalo.